is to listen to the people and never assume them. Had we listened to the stakeholders in the health sector, we will not be in the hole we are in. The first thing we will do when we form government is to call the stakeholders and listen to them. And the people of Kenya, my brother, are very knowledgeable. We have an abundance of human resource in this country. People are extremely intelligent and very knowledgeable. But we have a government that listens to nobody. Nobody talked to people in the health sector. You need to talk to the doctors. You need to talk to the hospital owners. You need to talk to the paramedics. You need to talk to the nurses. You need to talk to the patients. You need to talk to the ordinary people. But I know that we could reform NHIF at a very small cost of less than 1 billion shillings and just improve on what was already working. You know, the Englishmen say, if it's working, don't fix it. We would have just taken NHIF the way it was.
So that's what you'll do?
Yeah. Take NHIF from where it was. Talk to everybody. Talk to all the stakeholders. Because they know they are the people in the medical world.
Then what do you do about the proliferation of funds through NHIF? Because this was an issue, not just...
That is what we should have dealt with.
Okay.
You don't, if a leg has pus, you don't cut it away and throw it away and look for an artificial limb. You try to find where there is pus. So what we did is that we said because people are stealing from NHIF, we throw it out and bring a new system where you steal upfront. Because that is what is happening with SHA and SHIF. We are stealing upfront. 104 billion. That is stealing upfront. And this money for SHA is being taken to a bank that has been bought by the powers that be. Even money for the housing program is being taken to a bank. We'll be giving details soon.
Don't have those details now.
I have them, but I'll slowly. You know, you have to keep it. We can't give Kenyans everything every day. The money for the housing fund, because one, the Ministry of Housing has no capacity to absorb those funds. The PS was saying they have made 2 billion shillings. Why are we deducting people money from the payslip to keep it in the bank? It's very insensitive. We started a levy fund without an infrastructure to absorb the money. The Ministry of Housing, the State Department of Housing has no capacity to absorb those funds. And they cannot even let the National Housing Corporation, which has a proven track record of building houses, do it. This money, more than 100 billion that has been collected from workers and from payslip holders, there is a bank that the people in power bought.
Which bank?
There is a bank. There is a bank.
Yes.
There is a bank that the people in power bought.
Which bank?
And all that money has been put in that bank.
Which bank is
this?
Now
we'll ask what I'll do, because I want to do things the right way.
Yeah.
I'll get one of the members of parliament who works with me to ask a parliamentary question that must be answered. We would like to know where that money has been invested. Then you'll know that bank, and that bank was bought after we came into office. So it's about personal interest. Again, look at eCitizen, you know, Rogers. When we came into office, the president called a meeting, and he wanted to know why eCitizen was in private hands, and he was very furious. And the National Treasury was there, ICTA was there, the CS ICT was there with the PS, I was there, and he said there is no way we can collect funds from government people, from people wanting services from government and give it to a private people. That eCitizen should be owned by the National Treasury. And there were several meetings. Later on, that matter died. I was not called for any other meeting. Later on, I came to learn that people in government had actually acquired shares from eCitizen, and immediately the government went overdrive in making sure that all government services are onboarded on eCitizen. As we speak today, the private people who own eCitizens are people within government, and they are milking billions every day. That is why there was a big push, you know. It was done by another lawyer, and Allah, it's called a deal. It's an Asian fellow. These are the guys who are doing all the deals in this country. He's the one who was able to blackmail the owners of the e-citizen and force them to cede certain shareholding to people in government. And he crafted it. What is happening now? Why every government service was onboarded is so that the new owners of e-citizen can make money. It's not for the country.
Can you name them?
It's not for the country.
Can you name them?
Oh, it's you now to do investigative journalism.
Okay,
I'm giving you the hints.
Okay.
I'm giving you the hints.
Yeah.
That from one e-citizen is in private hands, and those are government people, and that is why the push for onboarding government services on e-citizen was done. And these are some of the problems that made me disagree with the president.
Okay. Because
this is pure corruption, it's pure theft. He called a meeting and said e-citizen cannot be in private hands. I only came to realize it was a strategy to get to know who owns e-citizen so that people can grab it.
Well noted. In a minute or so, because we're pressed of time, now that you said Parliament is captured, there's an ongoing debate about majority, minority. Is this a circus from your point of view? It's a
circus, doesn't matter. There is no distinction in majority and minority. They are one and the same thing. It doesn't matter. Ichogwa can exchange the seat with the Judet or the other way. It's still the same thing.